What's up, everyone? I'm Sofiya Pasternack, an award-winning author and mental health professional, and this channel is all about the intersection where writing meets psychology. I also post stuff about my author journey, baking bread, and outdoorsy stuff. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe so you're notified when I post a new video. Today, I am going to be doing an author interview with Sandy Stark-McGinnis about her upcoming sophomore novel, The Space Between Lost and Found, which is coming out on April 28th. So yeah, let's get into Sandy's interview, and it's really cute, and I think you'll like it. Here we go. Nope. Here we go.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sandy Stark-McGinnis, and I am the author of the middle grade novel, The Space Between Lost and Found. The Space Between Lost and Found is the story of 11-year-old Cassie Rodriguez, whose mom has been diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's, which is a disease that affects people's memory. And at the beginning of the story, Cassie's mom has forgotten Cassie's name, and Cassie takes action and begins to plan one last adventure for her and her mom. The Space Between Lost and Found is a story about learning to find a balance between holding on to the memories that we make with our loved ones, but also finding the space to move forward. The Space Between Lost and Found is my second novel. My first novel, Extraordinary Birds, debuted in 2019. Extraordinary Birds is about 11-year-old December Lee Morgan, who believes the scar on her back is where wings once unfolded. And when they unfold again, she will be able to fly away and find her true home. Extraordinary Birds releases in paperback on the same day, April 28th, that The Space Between Lost and Found releases. I want to give a shout out to some of my fellow authors, but it was really difficult to choose individuals. So I just want to give a shout out to my fellow middle grade 2019 debut authors. I feel so privileged to be a part of that group. Um, it was an amazing year, and all of you were so supportive. And I had the opportunity to meet some of you in person, and it was amazing. And we are continue to support each other and continue to write amazing books. So I just want to say thank you for all your support, and you are amazing human beings. One of the common themes that's in both Extraordinary Birds and in The Space Between Lost and Found is that both my characters, December in Extraordinary Birds and Cassie in The Space Between Lost and Found, use their passion for something to help them process their loss. In Extraordinary Birds, December has a passion for birds, and she uses bird facts to navigate her way through the world and to navigate her interactions with other people. And in The Space Between Lost and Found, Cassie has a passion for art, and she uses that art to help her process the coming loss of her mother, and also to find a way or to use it to heal both herself and her father. I think the hardest scene to write in The Space Between Lost and Found was the scene where Cassie and her father go visit the assisted living facility where Cassie's father has decided to place Cassie's mom. Um, it really was a difficult scene to write because it brought back so many personal memories for me. My father suffered from Alzheimer's, and I can still remember so vividly the day that we took him to an assisted living facility, and it was heartbreaking because my dad's favorite place was his home, and to take him out of that space was like I said, really really heartbreaking, and something that I will never forget. Let's see. Advice that I would give to new writers would probably be the same advice I heard Kate DiCamillo give, which is one, to pay attention, to pay attention to the way people talk to each other, the way people interact with each other. Pay attention to things and objects around you, because those things could inspire the beginning of a story. And write. One of the things that I recently heard Kate DiCamillo say in an interview, and I can't remember. I think the author she was talking about was Dorothy Parker, but she talked about how Dorothy Parker, I think that was the author, said something about how every morning before she wrote, she just agonized over the fact that she had to write, and that was such a comforting thing to feel, because Kate DiCamillo feels that way every day that she gets up to write, and I feel that way every time I get up to write. I get up in the morning, and I write in a little loft that you see behind me. So I climb the stairs, and I kind of dread coming up here and facing the blank page. But I am so glad that I do it anyway. And I sit down and I do it anyway. And that's what you have to do. And write, read, and pay attention. As you can see, the space behind me is my writing office loft space. It is filled with things that I have bought from places that I've visited, actually favorite places really. So there's some Native American pottery, because one of my favorite places in the world is New Mexico. There's a book on the collected works of Georgia O'Keeffe, whom is my favorite artist, which is also Cassie Rodriguez's favorite artist in the space between lost and found. There's photographs of my family. There's also lots of books. Right over here are manuscripts that I have written that have never been published. Right there is a basket of sand dollars, which I have found on a beach where we vacation every year. So I love to fill the space with reminders of things that I love, and the fact that I am loved also. Let's see, two authors who I think have had the most influence on me are, one's an adult author, Louise Erdrich. Um, I have, she's an author who, no matter what kind of book she has coming out, I buy it and read it. I think she is not only her prose is beautiful, but I am just in awe of the way she portrays relationships. It's so nuanced and memorable, and just something that I aspire to be able to do really, really well. And the other author is Kate DiCamillo, because every time I read one of her books, um, I so much appreciate, because I grew up in a really small town, how she makes the everyday magical, and that is something that I also strive to do in my own work.
Thank you so much, Sandy, for taking the time out of your day to film and answer my questions and get this, be a part of my series. I really, really appreciate it. And thank you for being one of the guinea pigs. It's you and Nikki were the very first two to step up and say, hey, we'd like to do it. So I really appreciate you being brave and being a part of this. The author interview series is still kind of this brand new thing that I'm just rolling out. And it's turned out really great so far, and I'm really excited about it. And right now it's mostly just people who I know personally and kind of people who have asked to do it. But I think I'm getting comfortable enough with it that pretty soon I could just open it up to pretty much anyone. Like, it hasn't really taken that much effort or time to kind of do the learning curve. So consider this my official invitation to go and check out my website, my application page on my website, which I will link down below. And if you think that doing a video interview would be a cool thing, give it a shot. I tried to make it as straightforward and easy as possible so that even people who have never filmed a video of themselves could understand kind of how to do it. And I might have Sandy and Nikki, who also has done Nikki Lenz, who's also done a video, write up something real quick or do another video about how it was for them to film. Especially if you are a middle grade or young adult author, I really think that learning how to be comfortable on camera and learning how to, to just talk in that kind of way, I think that learning that skill set is a really good idea and that you should do it. This right here is a pretty good way to get into it because all you have to do is film. I will edit and I will post and I will do all of that stuff. So this kind of just gets you into, what I need to know about lighting when I'm filming and what I need to know about the editing process later. Like, I ask people in my directions, I say, if you mess up, that's okay. Just pause, give it a couple of seconds so that when I'm editing, I have like a space. And then just go back to that point before you messed up and start over again. That's what I do in my videos. If I mess up something, I just stop. And I go back and I start over again at wherever I messed up. You may have noticed a lot of jump cuts. That's because I misspeak a lot and I say stupid stuff. So I have to cut a lot out. Whatever. So yeah, again, if you're interested, I'm going to leave a link down in the comments or down in the description of my website and my application page, basically, for doing a video. Also, I'm going to be transitioning to removing all of the Amazon links. You might have noticed I removed all the Amazon links from my descriptions of books and replaced them with bookshop.org links. Something that I have really started to appreciate as an author is that having a relationship with your local indie stores is just so important and amazing. You know what? This is going to be a whole different video. If you want to order Sandy's book, I've linked down to the bookshop.org link down below. So please use that rather than Amazon or Barnes & Noble or something big like that. Support your local indies and have a great day.